All right, Shane, let's kick it on down next to Baton Rouge, where we had some interesting news here on Tuesday because I did not see this one coming, but LSU has come out and announced that they're going to require, what is it, a negative COVID test or proof of vaccine. They're the only SEC program that's come out to state this, and essentially the rest of them so far have said, no, we're not going to be doing anything of that sort.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm wondering if it's because they're seeing all the negativity from some of the fans here.
Well, we do a hell of a job staying away from politics and religion. And it seems like this whole vaccine thing has turned political. So we're not going to harp on it too much, but I'm going to tell you right now, I got a guy. If you need, you need a card, I got a guy. No, I put that out on Twitter, and I want to read something, Mike. So LSU puts this thing out there, right? That you gotta, if you're under the age of 12, you've got to have the vaccine proof of it, or you got to have proof that you've had the negative COVID test in the last 72 hours or something like that,
Mm-hmm.
And I put out there that I got a guy, and what I mean by that is, no, I'm just kidding. Don't turn this into the fans, but seriously, I got a guy. Just DM me. But when I put it out there on Twitter, the funny part, I got to give this guy credit. His name's at Gunner Balls. He says, "What's easier, a Vax card or an ID that says I'm 11 years old?" Oh man, I don't know. You ain't gonna keep them Tiger fans out of that stadium. That place is gonna be packed, buddy.
Yeah, so it's going to be interesting to see how this plays out. But if nothing else, I mean, just get the word out, man, because if you're an LSU fan and hoping to go to the game, schedule you that appointment to get tested, because I think they're going to be filling up here pretty quick. But at least they're giving folks a heads up that this is coming down. And from all indications that I've heard, Georgia, Tennessee, Kentucky, none of those, at least those, now, and I think Florida have all come out and said they're not going to require this, to my knowledge. I think Missouri as well.
I thought Kentucky did. I thought that was the other one.
No, well, unless they changed it since we hit the record button here. But no, as far as I understand it, they have not done that.
Okay, all right, man. Well, I don't know, man. We knew something was going to pop up with this old Delta variant floating around, and it looks like there's going to be a couple guys going to have to do some extra steps to get into the stadiums. But, I think we're going to I don't think they're going to slow this machine down, Mike.
Yeah, SEC fans are really good at smuggling things into the stadium. So I think we'll be fine right there. You know what?
Absolutely. We got this.
Well, on a brighter note here in Baton Rouge, I really wanted to play these comments here because we had Ed Ingram, offensive lineman for the Tigers. He was asked about the freshman running backs, Corey Kiner and Armoni Goodwin, who, we keep hearing so much buzz about those guys. And I think more importantly, his second comments here, he was on the team, so I think he's calling himself out a little bit here, but on just the lack of leadership and how things are completely different this year in Baton Rouge.
Hey, Ed, this is Glenn West with LSU Country. Wanted to ask you about the two freshman running backs. It sounds like they've, kind of seized control of a lot of these opportunities they get in the last couple of weeks. And just what do you like about both Corey and Armoni? What have they been showing you guys in practice the last week or so?
Both of them are some dominant runners. I tell both of them every day, how good they are and how they show flashes of, Clyde and some of our other great running backs that we've had. And I'm just happy for both of them. I hope to see good things out of both of them this season. I hope they stay healthy. And, they're going to be some dominant runners for LSU in the future.
And, a year ago around this time, you guys were defending champs, and it's a pandemic. Just a lot of stuff going on. Now it's, it's coming off 5-5. It's how just different is this month of preseason compared? How does it feel in the locker room compared to a year ago?
Right now, we're just trying to get back to us, the 2019 us. Last year was a little bump in the road. This year is not going to be the same. We realized what we did wrong. We have no leadership last year. This year we have a lot of leadership. We have a lot of experience on the team. And, ultimately we want to win. We're tired of losing.
Yeah, this is an obvious question, I'm sure. But, you're talking about the increase in leadership. How do you actually see that, day to day make a difference, when you don't have it versus when you do?
When people do stuff wrong, it's the players step up and tell them to do the right thing, or it's not as much joking around and playing around in meetings and on doing walkthroughs and stuff like it was last year. Last season we had a lot of jokesters, a lot of younger guys just playing around, and a lot of older guys not stepping up saying anything. But this year we have a lot of guys, including myself, to step up and say stuff.
It's kind of like you said. I mean, there's positivity all around. Everybody's saying the right thing, and it's because everybody's undefeated. So, we'll find out for real here pretty soon, especially for LSU going on the road in the opener against UCLA. But I just love these comments here. And, if what Ed Ingram here is saying is the truth, it just goes back to what we've been saying the last couple of months, where I think LSU is going to be a lot closer to 2019 than they were in 2020, with just so many distractions and so many opt-outs, and the list of negative things that happened in Baton Rouge was just endless last year, and it played out on the field. But it certainly seemed to me like they righted the ship there at the tail end, and I think that's carried over into the offseason.
Yeah, I mean, that's what he says. He comes out and he talks about seniority and leadership. I mean, that's what you want to hear from your locker room. And because those guys, they expected to win last year and it didn't happen like they wanted it to. And I think they ate a little piece of that humble pie. Mm-hmm. And that's why I think LSU's got a new message this season.